Hi viewers, I just finished up part of a little fabrication project. Involved welding this stuff with very, very poor welds. Actually, that's one of the nicest ones here. Let me find an ugly one. There you go. There you go. There's some ugly ones. All right, what is this? I have a Steiner 430. It's a articulating 4-wheel drive, 25 horsepower or 27. I'm not sure which engine's in this. Tractor with a 60-inch mower deck on the front. And then this is a used John Deere MCS material collection system. That's what MCS stands for. It's called an MCS. But the really cool thing about this is, well, first it's hydraulic dump. Okay? And I can just run that off of the tractor hydraulics right there. And that's this lever here. Let me turn the tractor on and show you what it does. Alright. So pull that lever. It's going up and up and up. And it dumps. All right. We're back way up because, well, it's late at night. Well, like 9:30. Turn the tractor off. We'll talk more about it. All right. So this is a high dump that is meant to be dumped, like I could back it up to my tractor or trailer. Not my tractor. I could back it up to my truck or trailer. You know, back it up to like there-ish. And then dump into the middle of the bed with power dump. Now, so a few things that I need to do still on this. A lot of things, actually. First, you might recognize what one of that is. First, I have to weld around that. But that is for 3 jacks. They're called weld-on pipe mount jacks. I have one there. And then I have one there. And there, on the other side. So to take this off, I just pin those jacks on, and then I can jack the whole thing up. Now this bar, yes, it looks really high up, but this bar actually moves with the mechanism. So that bar will go back down to about the same height as the other ones. But I have to cut off these old stands that were here because they're not useful for me. And moving on to the mount system, this is meant for a freaking loud trucks. This is meant to mount on a John Deere 425. And that's what, well, that ear there, those bottom ears are cut off. And then there was a bar that went across the top here. Previously, it had been mounted up with a 3-point hitch adapter, but my tractor does not have a 3-point hitch. And these are offered, you can get a category 0 3-point hitch with these. The problem is, I don't know if it would be big enough for one of these. Because like a category 0 and that was a category 1, they're not the same geometry. Anyways, I can pull the seat up here to better show you what's going on. So on the axle there are ears, and those ears are used for the 3-point hitch. Actually, those axles are the same front and back, and then here's those same ears for the front hitch that the mower deck's mounted on. So I machined some round things there. I don't even know what to call them. Eyes. And then I got a plasma cutter. It's the IPT or LPT 5500D low toss. and it cuts this 1/2-inch bar perfectly. This is some reclaimed 1/2-inch bar. So I welded that on. The problem with this is the whole thing wants to parallelogram down, so I had to add these diagonals to keep it from racking as a parallelogram. And then it's, of course, welded to the frame there, and then there. You can see the 3 points there. I may still add a bar between the diagonals in these top links. And then the other part of it is just bolted there to the frame. There are tabs here, but that's the gas tank, and it's just the wall of the gas tank. But the gas tank on these is a structural tube. I didn't want to put what is probably 1,000 pounds of tensile force on these, so I didn't use them. Instead, I used these bolts in the end housing of these. An unfortunate thing was that I did have to take off the roll bar, because when it tips over, it would actually hit the roll bar, and I didn't want to tilt it back, which would have fixed it. I didn't want to move it back because really it's already got plenty of weight hanging off the back of it. I'm concerned that I'll just do a wheelie pretty bad. Then I have to mount, well, also this MCS was modified. It used to be PTO driven off of the John Deere 425, 445, 455, but it was modified to add this 5 horsepower Honda motor. Is it a 5 horsepower? I don't know. Yeah, it is a 5. It's a GC 160. So then from there, that is a 7-inch hole, but the chute that came with it is an 8-inch. So I got 8-inch hose, and I'm gonna go 8-inch all the way to there, and then I'm just gonna have to make an adapter from 8 to 7. It should work fine. Now, a problem with these is the whole tractor bends in the middle. So the chute way out here is gonna have to expand and contract in length, probably 2 feet either way, I would guess. So I need to accommodate that. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a articulating arm come off with 2 links. One that would mount somewhere about here, and it would come out. It's like, okay, it would come out here. It's pipe, and then there'd be another pivot that would come out here. So that would allow the pipe in the middle to go in and out this direction and side to side. And then I was also going to hang that with some sort of support, like a saddle of some sort. So that'll give it a lot more degrees of freedom. So I hope it all works. Let's look at the costs, because that's always an interesting aspect of it. The MCS with that mount, and just the chute adapter there was $600. I had to drive 3 hours one way to go get it. The hydraulic lines, I had these made up. These were $200. Well, $192 for the pair of them. It's a little bit expensive, but it's some high quality hose. It should be great. The bar there, salvaged from the concrete guys that I've been working for. He has a large pile of scrap in the back, and he let me take, pretty much whatever I want. And then the hose there was also around $190. So that's $480 plus $500. We're at $1,000 for this, plus fabrication. So I got the plasma cutter, that was $500, and that's a TIG stick machine, but I'm only using the stick function. It was $800, but really you could get by with a lot cheaper stick. And then you don't need a plasma cutter. You could just use an angle grinder to do all the cuts. but the plasma cutter is way faster. Trust me. All right, I was just gonna walk under that. Never walk under hydraulics. So we'll go around this way. I do need to modify the ears on this. The deck here, it came with a block off plate. It's kind of a similar mounting method, but I'll just have to modify the chute. Also, if I shift it back there to be in line there, there's a big hole on the back side here that I'll have to patch that up too. So that's more work. Yes, I was going over here to tell you about my, what is this? I'll have a link in the description, XAGO3. I love this angle grinder. It goes through batteries pretty quick, but it's got plenty of power, and I never have to worry about a cord. The only problem is I need more of these so I can have one with a cutoff wheel and one with a flap disc. I think that would be ideal. Other things I had to do. So previously it had this valve here. I'm not exactly sure why. For ballasting recommendations. Okay, so if this was a rear-wheel drive, then you would need weight on the front to make sure it doesn't just wheelie. That's for the old application. I don't know what this valve is for other than maybe slowing it down so it didn't move too quickly. I don't know. So I've never really welded before. Also, I haven't chipped off any of the slag. That's a better weld. Scary, I know. But it works. I have enough snot in there. I think I need to get a MIG welder. That's all there is to it. And I could TIG this, but really the number of angles, it'll be goofy and it'd take forever. And a lot of the times I already was using a hand to place something, and if I was trying to TIG, then I would need 3 hands, and that wouldn't work. Okay, that's all. I'll see you guys around. Bye.